All right, it's been a really good week of practice, taking advantage of the extra day of preparation, knowing we've got the home game back at US Bank. Incredible challenge, we know that, but our team is prepared the right way, and we've got to take advantage of the rest of our time here, locking in this game plan and making sure we give our players, us as coaches, and them when they step in between the white lines, the best possibility for them to go out there and have consistent success, which is what we're hunting. I want to give you guys a update just on a couple guys. Ezra Cleveland, we're going to go ahead and he'll be out for the game this weekend. Dalton Reisner will start at the left guard position, hoping that Ezra, he did everything he could, but we're going to allow that thing to settle down here and reassess him next week. Caleb Evans and Jalen Naylor will both be questionable. Whether we activate Jalen to the roster or not will just be determined on his potential game status after a good amount of work this week. And then Pat Jones will go in with no designation, coming off of full participation today. With that, I'll open it up to you guys.
What would having Jalen Naylor add to what you guys could do offensively?
Yeah, I think he's, you guys have always known how just excited I am about Jalen and his potential fit in our offense, just as he's really a Swiss Army type guy that we can ask to play 2 or 3 spots, but also just his growth as a route runner, Alec, his ability to win versus man. He's really savvy, understands zone coverage, how to find those little pockets in there, and then he's got the ability to go vertical as well. So he truly has the skill set to develop into a kind of universal player for us. And with JJ being out right now, that adding that to the room would be critical for us. But at the same time, with where he's coming off of his hamstring, we want to be smart with him and just make sure when he's able to be turned loose, he's got nothing holding him back at all. So we'll see how he does, see how he responds to the work today, and then see if he can go on Monday night.
Today being back, do you look at him primarily on special teams? Is there a role for him potentially on offense at all?
Yeah, potentially, depending on how the reps shake out. We, have talked about, having a plan for that group, and really that group as a whole, and knowing we get some value out of CJ on some of those known passing downs. We really feel lucky to have that kind of group that we can really, pour into those guys. And Ty's still done some really good things, hasn't quite got the opportunities as of late, but our confidence in that group is still sky high, and we'll figure out whether we're, putting individual guys in for plays or it's more of a rhythm of the game type of thing. But we'll see that as well. But it will be nice. I mean, Kene looks outstanding, to get that kind of explosive athleticism back anywhere on your field, whether it is in the kicking game, the return game, gunner, whatever it is, and then infusing it back into your offense as well is a real positive.
Do you see the potential for like a Cam Akers seeing more carries?
Yeah, the potential for it is absolutely there, Kev. We're we'll look at it from a standpoint of making sure we give all those guys a chance to get into the rhythm of the game. But no, I've really liked what Cam's done since he's gotten here. He's got a really nice combination in my mind of he sees it, he can kind of get the run in the right spots. And then, even last week, didn't have a lot of opportunity, but both plays where he touched the ball, either, broke a tackle and added some hidden yards on the play, or found a nice little spot there on the run. And we just got to make sure across the board, all ball carriers, receivers, running backs, tight ends, ball security is a premium against a physical team like this, and it continues to be a major point of emphasis for us.
You've had a few weeks to see Reisner and got to see him in a game a little bit last week. What does he bring to that group, sliding at the left guard?
Yeah, I thought a great example of what I really think he brings is, just going in there at the point of game he did last week, and just a quieted, steady, productive performance without, any kind of franticness or stress of, hey, maybe I didn't get a rep on something, and that is a real beneficial thing to see. And then ultimately we knew at some point, he'd be called upon, and that's why we went out and got him to feel just overall great depth along that offensive line. And I'm quite frankly looking forward to seeing him go out there and compete and bring a veteran presence, that is always a positive when you're talking about a guy that's played as much football, stepping into a role. It helps you feel comfortable with it as a coach.
And Caleb has questionable, but from what you saw, do you feel pretty decent about it?
Yeah, I do. He had a good week, and you always want to, just with, the type of thing he was dealing with, you want to be cautious. But I am cautiously optimistic that he'll be ready to roll.
Was it last year that Jalen Naylor started to stand out for you, or more so OTAs? Like, when did you kind of know he could be more than just a fast guy?
Yeah, he took advantage. Of the spring. When we had some opportunity for him out there as we were kind of building the spring progression of the offense, and he just kept showing up, doing the little things right, playing multiple spots depending on what group we had out there that day, and then that carried over. I remember the first practice in training camp, he gets dinged up a little bit on making a play on the sideline, a really nice catch, and it was unfortunate because I was really excited to see him put together a full training camp. He was confident, he was ready to roll, and those types of setbacks happen, and our job as coaches and our resources here is just to continue to keep him in a great space mentally, to know that he can be confident. He's worked himself back into this, and now it's just about being smart to make sure when we get him back out there, he can hit the ground running.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.